Hello, test, 1, 2. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Hi again, everybody, and good afternoon. Good morning. I'm Tom Westenfeld. Great to have you with us here. It is CCAC Tournament Baseball. Olivet Nazarene against St. Xavier. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2, 3, test 1, 2. Coming up shortly, CCAC Tournament Baseball. Again, Olivet Nazarene against St. Xavier. From Dooley Health and Care Field in Joliet, Illinois, this morning we continue our coverage throughout the weekend of the 2024 Chicagoland Collegiate Athletics Conference Baseball Championship Tournament. Today it'll be a first-round game this morning as we kick off a long day of baseball. 4 games on tap on the schedule today. And in the first game of the day, Game 3 of the tournament, it'll be third-seeded Olivet Nazarene coming in at 22-27 overall against number 4 St. Xavier. Their overall record this year, 27-23. Hi again, everybody, and good morning. Back with you bright and early after a late night last night as we had 2 games yesterday, and then the third game was wiped out by rain. And during the first 2 games, we had a couple of, we had 3 as a matter of fact, to be exact, 3 lengthy weather delays for lightning and or rain, and so they decided to push the third game of the day back to this morning. It was a good thing, too. Right after the second game ended last night, a deluge came through Joliet, and we'd have had to wait a couple of hours maybe to start that game. We wouldn't have gotten out of here till about 2 in the morning. So they decided to push the third game, originally scheduled for 7 p.m. last night, to this morning, and so as a consequence, here we are, as it is Olivet Nazarene against St. Xavier. This is a first-round game. The winner will face St. Ambrose tonight at 7 p.m., while the loser of this game will play later on today against St. Francis in Game 5 of the tournament. That'll be at 4 o'clock this afternoon. 2 dramatic games yesterday, with St. Francis winning their game on a game-ending grand slam in the bottom of the 9th inning to defeat upset-minded Trinity Christian 8-6 in the 1-6 matchup. And then last night, it was St. Ambrose coming from behind in the 9th inning and defeating Roosevelt by a final of 4-3. So St. Ambrose and St. Francis remain in the winner's bracket, and the third team in the winner's bracket will be decided here, and also the fourth team in the top part of the bracket as well will be decided here with the result of this game. Let's take a look at the batting orders now for today's ball game. Olivet Nazarene and St. Xavier. Looks like St. Xavier will be the visiting team. Their batting order as follows. It'll be Sean Moore leading it off in left field, followed by Justin Massengale in right field batting second. Evan Orzek batting third at catcher. Troy Stukenberg batting fourth in at DH. Batting fifth will be Nick Altobelli, the center fielder, followed by Noah Dreyer at second base. Then it'll be John Simasek at third base, batting seventh, followed by Mason Johnson batting eighth and at first base. And then batting ninth will be Connor Hutchings at shortstop. Julian Vargas will be the starting pitcher for St. Xavier, while it'll be Thomas Pliska starting here today for Olivet Nazarene. 2 teams now are lined up on their respective baselines, and shortly we'll have the crowd being asked to rise to their feet. And as a matter of fact, that moment has come, the crowd being asked to rise to their feet. And now we'll have the playing of our national anthem. Our national anthem before game number 1 of 4 today here at Dooley Health and Care Field. As coming up, it'll be a first-round matchup, St. Xavier against Olivet Nazarene. We'll take a short timeout and come back with the first pitch of the ball game as you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Back with you from Dooley Health and Care Field as we get ready to go for inning number one of game number one of a 4-game schedule today. Thomas Pliska on the mound today for Olivet Nazarene getting the start. Pliska coming into this game, a 2-2 record with a 5.11 ERA, 24 2/3 innings pitched, 25 hits, 14 runs, all earned, 12 walks, 23 strikeouts, opponents hitting .266 against him. Sean Moore, the left fielder, will lead it up now for St. Xavier, lefty versus lefty matchup. And the first pitch of the game is in there, called strike. And we are underway here this morning at Dooley Health and Care Field. First pitch right on the button at 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time. And the next pitch, that's a curve, and it'll be in there, called strike over the outer half of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes to Sean Moore. He'll be followed by Justin Massengale and then Evan Orzek here for St. Xavier. Glad you're with us from wherever you may be as we hold forth on a Friday morning here. There's a swing and a foul tip caught behind the plate. That's a strikeout, 1 away in the inning. So that's the way the ball game begins here. Now to the plate will be Justin Massengale.
Number 11, Justin Massengale.
St. Xavier coming into the game with a team batting average this season of .311. Scoring 359 runs in their 50 games. Massengale, a .347 hitter on the year, 9 home runs and 35 runs batted in. So power at the plate here for St. X, and the first pitch is a curve in there for a called strike. So 0-1 here. So Pliska getting ahead of the hitters fairly quickly. There's a swing and a miss, and suddenly now no balls and 2 strikes here to Massengale. St. Xavier in their black jerseys, black tops, black pants, red numerals. Actually, black numerals trimmed in red. Massengale, the right-handed batter, awaits, takes the pitch. A fastball misses outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Cloudy skies here this morning. Temperatures a little bit less summer-like than we had yesterday. Here's the set now by Pliska and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a ball down and away in the zone. And Massengale is out on strikes, and quickly 2 away for St. Xavier here in the top of the first inning. And that'll bring up Evan Orzek.
27, Evan Orzek.
Orzek, the team's leading hitter average-wise at .392 on the year, 6 home runs, 42 runs batted in. So quickly 2 away for St. Xavier here in the top of the first inning. Driving down here on I-355, a little bit of a light drizzle was falling throughout a good part of the trip. But I believe right now we have no precipitation. And this is the first pitch missing up high. 1 ball, no strikes for Orzek. Again, a lefty versus lefty matchup here. 2 out, nobody on base here in the top of the first inning. And there's a ball low. Looked like over, but a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes the count. Boy, at second base there, Roden in short right field right now. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, a line drive right to second base. Played him perfectly there. And the inning comes to an end. Jordan Roden right in the perfect spot to take that soft liner, and that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for St. Xavier. So in the inning for St. X, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. St. Xavier nothing. Olivet Nazarene coming to bat, and you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Leading off the Olivet Nazarene first inning, the third baseman, number 13, Jack Dupuis.
Here we go, bottom of the first inning. And it'll be Olivet Nazarene with their first swings of the tournament on the way. So Jack Dupuis will lead it off here. Julian Vargas on the mound today for St. Xavier. The Cougars ace 4-2 with a 2.25 ERA. And the right-hander kicks and deals, and the first pitch will miss outside. 1 ball, no strikes here for Dupuis. It'll be Dupuis followed by Donovan Yellen, then Kai Hudson batting third, followed by Taylor Steig, the DH, and then Joseph Jimenez to start off the order here for Olivet. As there's a swing and a ground ball right up the middle and into center field for a solid single there. Vargas trying to backhand it, and then Hutchings at short tried to chase after it, but it got by him and into straightaway center field for a single to start off the ball game for Olivet Nazarene. That'll bring to the plate Donovan Yell. So a quick base runner here now for Olivet Nazarene. And Donovan Yell to the plate. He's a .309 hitter on the year. 3 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Left-handed batter awaits. Here's the set now by Vargas and the pitch. Here's a bunt to the right side. Vargas off the mound will field. Bobble it here. He cannot handle it, and everybody will be safe. So Dupuis to second. Donovan Yell aboard at first base. And so early trouble here for St. Xavier. Well, defensively yesterday we saw numerous tremendous plays in the field by just about every team that played. And today an early miscue here. And that'll be a sacrifice and then an error charge to Vargas. So a sack and an E1. And here's Kai Hudson now. Hudson wears number 1. Right-handed batter stands in. He's a .379 hitter. No home runs, but he drove in 41 and a chance here to drive in an early run in this game. First pitch by Vargas. Squares to bunt. Does Hudson pull the bat back, and the pitch misses for ball 1. Runners take their leads at first and second. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. That'll be in there. Looked like it had a little bit of movement to it, and it went right down the middle for a called strike. Well-executed pitch there by Vargas, and the count even at a ball and a strike. Righty versus righty. Vargas out of the stretch now. Kicks and deals the 1-1. Breaking ball. A bunt attempt missed. Throw to second base. They have the runner now in a rundown between first and second. Wild throw. Getting by at third base. Here's the runner rounding third. Heading for the plate. It's bobbled again near the third base dugout. And now the trailing runner sliding into third, and he'll be out. Wow, a wild play there as a run does score. And Olivet Nazarene has a 1-0 lead. Now, Olivet coaching staff coming out here saying, hold the phone. Let's see if they want to make sure that that runner was out. I believe this is going to be the question as to whether the runner was actually out at third base. Looks like the umpiring crew will convene. Well, Olivet will have at least a 1-0 lead here as Dupuis coming in to score. And right now, St. Xavier having all kinds of trouble holding on to the baseball. So the umpiring crew continuing to discuss things here. This is the first of 4 games today. Games at 1, 4, and 7 afterward. And the pairings for those games dependent, at least for a couple of instances, dependent on what happens here in this game. The St. Francis opponent and the St. Ambrose opponent is yet to be determined. Umpires continuing. As we said, the temperatures today not nearly as balmy as yesterday. Now the meeting breaks up among the umpires. Temperature right now checking in. It looks like it's 64 degrees. And it looks like the calls will stand. And so Olivet with a run on the board, I believe, as the discussion continuing here. So Dupuis able to score and then yell out at home. Actually out at third. That's the first out of the inning. And Kai Hudson, his at-bat will continue. The next pitch kind of golfed into left center field. Long run here, and that ball will fall into the gap. It'll be extra bases here. And Kai Hudson pulls in with a stand-up double. So the scoring here on that previous play, and an error was charged on the shortstop. That allows Dupuis to score. As Dupuis credited with a steal of third, and then Yell advancing to second, then he was out at third. 5-6, it looks like. And now here's Taylor Steig to the plate with a runner in scoring position. And a 1-0 Olivet Nazarene lead. Steig, right-handed batter, stands in. Now time will be called here. Looks like the St. Xavier coach coming out now to have a word. Well, this has been, to say the least, a fascinating bottom of the first inning. We had a routine top half of the frame. St. Xavier retired in order. As Steig stands to the plate. Here's the set now by Vargas, trying to work out of a little bit of a mini jam here with a run already in. There's a strike called at the knees. 0-1 now to Taylor Steig. Vargas leans in, looks for the sign. Here's the set now and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Good off-speed pitch there, and the count 0-2. Steig this year a .329 hitter. 6 home runs, 52 runs batted in. Here's the set. And a look and no throw to second base by Vargas. Vargas has so far been charged with the 1 run that was It's being shown as an earned run on the board for Olivet Nazarene. The Tigers lead at 1-0. Next pitch. And that came in a little bit low. I think Vargas overthrew that one and missed a little bit late on his release point. That's one of those pitches where you kind of direct the ball into the ground. So a ball and 2 strikes. Steig, right-handed batter, awaits. Here's the set and the pitch. It'll be bounced to the left side, foul. A little topper there. So we stay in a 2-strike situation. Bottom of 1-0, Olivet Nazarene in front. Steig back to the batter's box. Joseph Jimenez next. Then it'll be Jordan Roden here for Olivet Nazarene. All right, Vargas leans in, getting the sign from Evan Orzek. And the pitch. A little inside-out swing and a topper in front of the plate. Orzek trying to field, but they're going to call it a foul ball. So we'll try it again at 1-2. New set of baseballs brought out to the home plate umpire. So Dupuis began the inning with a single. And then things got a little bit off the rails. We had a sacrifice, then a fielding error, and then after that, all kinds of things going on, and it results in an Olivet Nazarene run. 1 ball, 2 strikes here now to Taylor Steig. And the pitch. Swung on, hit to the right side, and it'll be knocked down there in short right field. Actually, it'll sneak through to right field. Runner rounding third, he will score. And it'll be an RBI single here to the other side, to the right side for Taylor Steig. Kai Hudson scoring. It's a 2-0 Olivet Nazarene lead. Dreyer at second went forth there. I thought he might have at least made contact with the ball. I thought for a second he smothered it, but then it did trickle through to right field. So Steig with the RBI, and now that'll bring it up to the plate the left fielder, Joseph Jimenez. So 2-0 Olivet Nazarene with a lead. Jimenez, a .329 hitter. And the first pitch, and he takes in there for a called strike, 0-1. So a pair in here for Olivet Nazarene in the bottom of the first. Olivet in their all-white jerseys, white tops, white pants, purple numerals trimmed in gold, swinging a ground ball up the right side, and then it'll be just foul near the bag at first base. Johnson fielding, then he threw to second base, but it was clearly foul. You could see that from up here. So no balls and 2 strikes now to Joseph Jimenez. Jimenez, the junior from Palm Desert, California. Previously played at the College of the Desert. No balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch. It'll be swung on and fouled off to the right, it looks like, and so the count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Wind blowing in, but not very strongly. So I do think even a fly ball to left field could stand a chance of going out here this morning. And another 0-2, fouled off to the right again, out of play. We'll try it again. Good battle here between Vargas and Jimenez. New ball tossed out to the pitching mound. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Actually, it was a foul tip caught behind the plate. It's a strikeout either way, and that's the second out of the inning. That'll leave it up now to Jordan Roden. So Roden stands in, a .333 hitter, 3 homers and 28 RBIs, and the first pitch will miss. Look like a little down and away. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Evan Pajoli will be next, and then it would be Mason Beatty here for Olivet Nazarene. Runner at first, 2 away. Breaking ball. Good change of speeds there by Vargas, and he induces a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Always like it when pitchers are able to maneuver the ball location-wise and then effectively change the speeds. There's a throw to first base and the runner back in. Runner at first, 2 away. 2 in here for Olivet Nazarene. Here's the set by Vargas and the delivery. That'll be top foul left side, and the count now will move to a ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 to Roden. Vargas trying to get out of this inning without any further damage. And the 1-2 offering. Breaking ball. And that'll be hit into the air down the left field line toward the corner. Long run there, trying to run it down there in foul territory in left field. That's Moore. And he was able to make the grab near the corner in foul territory to end the inning. So Roden fouls out deep to left field, and that'll close out the frame. But in the inning for Olivet Nazarene, they pick up 2 runs. And we played 1 inning here in game number 1 of our quadruple header here today in Joliet. And your score after 1, Olivet Nazarene 2, St. Xavier nothing. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Here we go now to the top of the second inning, and in that first inning, you could not have 2 more disparate half innings, with St. Xavier being retired in order, and then Olivet Nazarene, all kinds of traffic on the bases, and trouble for St. Xavier defensively, and it results in a 2-0 Olivet Nazarene lead. Here's Troy Stukenberg now to lead it off for St. X. Lefty versus righty, in the first pitch, a fastball, and that'll be up high. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Stukenberg, right-handed batter out of LaGrange, golf swings this one and pops it up. Short left field, backing up here, and underneath it, that ball's a mile high. It's finally going to be caught by Kai Hudson, the shortstop, for out number 1. So 1 away in the inning. That'll bring up the plate the center fielder, Nick Altabelli. Altabelli, a .293 hitter on the year, 4 home runs, 33 runs batted in.
Center fielder number 76, Nick Altabelli.
So Altabelli now will stand in. Back foot near the back right corner of the batter's box, if you will. First pitch coming into the right-handed hitter. A sweeping curve in there for a called strike. 0-1. Good sweeper there coming in from Pliska. So Pliska has retired the first 4 batters he has faced. There's a swing and a fly ball. Left center field, and underneath it, the catch made by Donovan Yell, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring to the plate the second baseman, Noah Dreyer.
Second baseman, number 79, Noah Dreyer.
So Dreyer stands in. He's a .308 hitter on the year, 9 home runs and 38 runs batted in. Right-handed batter goes after the first pitch over the left edge of the mound. Glove there at short. Low throw to first base, and a nice backhand catch at the other end there by Pajoli off the throw there from Kai Hudson, and the inning comes to an end. So in the inning for St. Xavier, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and we head to the bottom of the second inning with a score. It is Olivet Nazarene 2 and St. Xavier nothing. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Bottom of 2 here in Joliet. Evan Pajoli to start it off now for Olivet Nazarene.
The first baseman, number 24, Evan Pajoli.
And then it'll be Mason Biatti and then Sam Rezick here for Olivet Nazarene. And the first pitch on the way, and that'll be ripped right up the middle. It hits the front incline of the mound and takes a high hop into the air, and it goes right to second base to Dreyer, who throws to first for the out. Wow. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the Olivet Nazarene second inning, and that'll bring to the plate Mason Biatti. The ball taking all kinds of bounces around the diamond here early in this ball game.
Catcher, number 8, Mason Biatti.
So Biatti will come to the plate now. And he goes after the first pitch and fouls it away. Straight back in the count 0-1. Biatti, a .321 hitter. I'm going to put the eyeglasses on there. It's .311, his batting average, with a home run and 20 runs batted in. Decided to take the eyeglasses off for a second and paid dearly for it. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And it'll be in there, called strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Biatti. Again, Sam Rezick next. Then we would go back to the top of the Olivet order. Olivet with a lead by a score of 2-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Julian Vargas kicks and deals. Swung on. It goes the other way to short left field. Coming on and hesitating there, but making the catches more in left for the out. So 2 up, 2 down here for Olivet Nazarene. Here's Sam Rezick, the right fielder. So Rezick stands in. 2 out, nobody on base. Rezick, left-handed batter, awaits the first pitch, and it'll come in a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Rezick this year, a .353 hitter. No home runs, 8 runs batted in. Ground ball up the middle, and that'll be into center field for a base hit. Good attempt there by Hutchings at short, diving for it, not able to come up with it. So that spoils the 1-2-3 inning, and we go back to the top of the Olivet Nazarene order. That'll bring to the plate Jack Dupuis. Dupuis 1 for 1 with a single. Advanced on an error and ultimately scored back in the first inning. That gave Olivet their first run of the ball game. Dupuis, left-handed batter, stands in. You might be able to hear a little bit of a wind now riffling through our effects mic as there's a swing and a fly ball into center field. Coming on quickly. Good jump there in center field by Altabelli, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Good contact there by Dupuis, but it results in an out. So for Olivet Nazarene in the second, no runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left on base. And we head now to inning number 3 with a score. Olivet Nazarene 2 and St. Xavier nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. On we move now to inning number 3 in our first ball game of the day, and it'll be John Simasek leading it off here now for St. Xavier. As for St. Xavier, the bottom third of the order coming up here. So Simasek will lead it off here, and he takes the first pitch down low, 1 ball, no strikes. Top of 3, and Olivet Nazarene with a 2-0 lead. And the next pitch, swinging a pop foul right side out of play. Sibisek out of Twinsburg, Ohio. 6-foot freshman. Right-handed batter in the pitch. Swung on, grounded slowly to short. Charging with it on the infield is Hudson, and he's able to grab it and throw to first base for the out. So a 6-3 put out here, and that'll bring to the plate Mason Johnson, the first baseman.
First baseman, number 15, Mason Johnson.
Johnson, right-handed batter now to stand in. Johnson, a .293 hitter on the year. 2 home runs, 15 runs batted in. So Thomas Pliska, left-hander, kicks and deals. And there's a sweeper that misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Connor Hutchings next, then back to the top of the St. Xavier order here in the top of inning number 3. Here's the set now by Pliska, and the pitch. Fastball, misses down and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. The set, the 2-0. Jumps on this pitch, pop foul, right side foul territory, which means it'll be out of play here on the berm to the right side. I said pop foul, that inherently means it's a foul ball. But anyway, the count now goes to 2 balls and a strike. So we play here in the top of the 3rd inning. Olivet Nazarene, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. And St. Xavier, no runs. They're still in search of their first hit. And they have committed 2 errors in the ball game. Here's the 2-1. This is lifted in the air. Right center field, ranging over there, Donovan Yell, and the center fielder calls for it and makes the catch for the out. So 2 away here for St. Xavier, and that'll bring to the plate Connor Hutchings. Right now, Pliska, 1 pitch away from being perfect through the first 3 innings of the game.
Shortstop, number 14, Connor Hutchings.
Hutchings, right-handed batter, stands in, holds the bat high over his right shoulder. The first pitch way upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Hutchings, a .272 hitter for the year. Has 3 home runs and 40 runs batted in. Here's the 1-0. And it'll be taken, called strike on the inner half to make it a ball and a strike. Hutchings awaits. Pliska out of the stretch in the pitch. Fastball up high. So that'll move it to 2-1. Well, this game delayed till this morning because of anticipated, and there's a ball high, 3 balls and a strike. They anticipated rain coming late last night, and the rain did, in fact, come to fruition right after our second game ended. It came, a deluge came about 5 minutes afterwards. Here's the 3-1. That'll be down low, ball 4. That'll spoil the perfect game here with 2 out in the 3rd inning as Hutchings issues his first walk to the ball game, and we'll move back now to the top of the St. Xavier order. Here's Sean Moore. Moore 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout to start off the ball game. So, yeah, the deluge came right after the second game ended last night. Just in time that game ended. It had a very bona fide chance to go to extra innings, and had it gone to extras, we would have been here very late into the night as the first pitch will miss up high. 1 ball, no strikes to Sean Moore. Then driving home, I drove through that same system moving northeast. And here's the next pitch. And that'll be a fastball outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And I've been meaning to to give my car a car wash, and got a free one last night driving up Interstate 355. There's a foul ball off to the left side out of play. 2 balls and a strike the count. It was raining hard. Driving up I-355. But so far here, not clear skies, but at least precipitation free. There's a swing and a miss, runner going. Throw to second base, gloved there by the shortstop Hudson, but it was on the first base side of the bag. And so Hutchings stealing second, and he's in scoring position. The count now to Sean Moore is 2-2. That last pitch actually technically was foul tipped for the strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second, 2 away in the inning. And the pitch, a breaking ball, just up high. That'll run it to 3-2. So Sean Moore, left-handed batter, stands in. Has a full count to work with here. Here's the set now by Pliska and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So Moore strikes out for the second time in the game, and for St. Xavier, no runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. It is Olivet Nazarene 2 and St. Xavier nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. Well, the trouble there started. It was a ground ball to the right side, and Johnson, the first baseman, dove for it, could not get it. It rolled out to the second baseman, Dreyer, but then Vargas was late covering the bag, and then the play went downhill from there from a defensive standpoint. So Yell into third, and it'll be Kai Hudson now to the plate for Olivet Nazarene, and again, St. Xavier right now throwing the ball all over the place here, and it is costing them dearly. Hudson, a double and a run scored back in the first inning. Has a runner at third to start off the bottom of the third for Olivet Nazarene. First pitch here, and that'll be in for a strike. Look like around knee-high, 0-1 here to Kai Hudson. Taylor Steig next, then Joseph Jimenez for Olivet Nazarene. 2-0 Olivet the lead, and now St. Xavier playing the entire infield in from third to first. There's a fastball missing inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Cougars not wanting to fall any further behind, even though it's still relatively early in the game, although we're about to head to the middle frames. There's a swing and a well-hit ball to left field. Back toward the gap it goes, and that will be all the way to the wall. Extra bases here as an RBI will come in, a run will come in, and an RBI for Kai Hudson. And Olivet Nazarene now leads it by a score of 3-0 as Donovan Yell scores on the RBI double for Kai Hudson. Hudson now 2 doubles in the game. Picks up an RBI there. And here's Taylor Steig. Steig, an RBI single in the first inning. Well, Sean Moore was quickly into a sprint there in left field, not able to run that ball down as it split the gap and one-hop the fence. So here's Steig now, a chance to drive in another run. Squares the bat to bunt and pulled it back. The pitch in there for a called strike anyway, and it's 0-1. So the Donovan Yell played, scored a single. So he gets credit for a hit. And now the next pitch bunting, and it'll be pushed a little bit up the third base line. It'll be fielded here by the first baseman. Throw to the bag at first, and a little hop by Dreyer after Johnson's throw was a tad high, and Dreyer able to reel it in for the out. Sacrifice bunt there as Kai Hudson going to third. 3-4 put out on the sacrifice. 1 away in the inning. And that'll bring up Joseph Jimenez. So again, Yell getting credit for a single. Then he advanced to second on a throwing error. That was an E4. And then he advanced to third on an error by the catcher. So here we go now as Joseph Jimenez stands in. The first pitch, kind of a golf swing, fouled off to the right out of play, and it's 0-1. Jimenez, a swinging strikeout his first time up. So 4 errors in the game so far for St. Xavier. And it has definitely helped out Olivet to get out to this early lead. Swinging a line drive, and that'll be in the center field for a base hit. Trotting home will be Kai Hudson as Jimenez collects an RBI, and the lead grows for Olivet Nazarene. And that'll bring to the plate Jordan Roden as it's now a 4-0 Olivet Nazarene lead. Olivet now with 2 runs in the first, and they've added 2 here in the third frame. And looking for more as here's Roden. Roden fouled out deep to the left field corner his first time out. So he stands in here 0 for 1. First pitch, breaking ball, goes after that one, pulls it foul left side. And so Roden behind quickly at no balls and a strike. Olivet Nazarene over the years, their program has been the type where you cannot, really though it applies to any team, you cannot make overly frequent errors. You can't commit multiple errors in multiple innings and expect to try to get out of it against a team like Olivet Nazarene, or really any team for that matter. Here's the next pitch coming in, and that'll be high and away. That was almost a pitch out. Throw to first base and the runner back in. The pitch was high and away. Evan Orzek behind the plate was upright when he caught the ball. So kind of like an old-fashioned pitch out. And the count even now to Jordan Roden at a ball and a strike. Here's the set now on the pitch. That'll be a fastball in there, knee-high called strike. So now 1-2. Bottom of 3, 4-0 in favor of Olivet Nazarene. Here's the set now by Vargas. And a throw to first base and the runner back in. So Vargas now in 2 1/3 innings. All of the runs against him have been earned. He has struck out 1 and not yet walked a batter. He was up to 37 pitches going into this current at-bat. There's a swing and a foul, and taking a tumble there, Jordan Roden at the plate. And immediately now, teammates coming out to help him out. There's Roden now back on his feet. That might have caught his ankle flush there, and he is hobbling there a little bit at home plate. One of those straight down foul balls, and that has to be really painful. Roden continuing to try to walk it off here, kind of does a little bit of a knee bend. Still walking a little bit gingerly, although with a little bit less of a limp. Kind of flexes his left leg a couple of times. Looks like Roden is talking to the trainer here a little bit. And it looks like Roden will stay in the ball game. Gets to take a little bit of a drink of water here. As we play in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Olivet Nazarene right now, 4 runs on 7 hits. And St. Xavier so far, no runs, no hits. And the huge stat so far for St. Xavier, 4 errors. So Jordan Roden now we'll take a practice swing or 2 here and get back into the batter's box. Taps the plate with his bat now, ready to go. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. I always thought there's a throw to first base. They have the runner and a rundown now between first and second. And a fake on the throw, and then it looks like it'll be Johnson tagging him out there to end that attempt to advance on the bases for Joseph Jimenez. So Jimenez caught off first base. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning. And Roden now bats with 2 out and nobody on base. Roden facing a 1-2 count, was just starting to say, as here's the pitch, swinging a pop foul right side out of play. Was just starting to say that, you know, that's always tough. You hit a foul ball and then you get hurt, very painful, and then you get kind of insult to injury. You have a strike called against you. Swinging a 2-hopper out to shortstop. Glove there, handcuffed Hutchings a little bit, but he kind of pressed it against his waist to hold on to it, threw it to first base, and that'll close out the inning. But in the inning for Olivet, they pick up 2 runs on the frame on, it looks like, 3 hits. And there were no errors and none left on base. Actually, correction, 2 errors and none left on base. And we head to the 4th inning with a score. It is Olivet Nazarene 4 and St. Xavier nothing. And you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Leading off the 4th inning, right fielder number 11, Justin Massengale.
We move to the bottom of the, top of the 4th inning. Justin Massengale leading it off. He took the first pitch for a strike, goes after the second pitch, skies it to left field toward the corner. Long run there, and that will hit off the base of the fence. It takes another carom low off the fence, and it's well played there in left field by Jimenez, who got the ball back in quickly, but not before Massengale pulls into second with a leadoff double for St. Xavier. So for St. Xavier now, they have their first hit of the ball game, and it was of the extra base variety. And now that'll bring to the plate Evan Orzek. Orzek 0 for 1, lining out to second base his first time up. So top of the 4th inning, it is a 4-0 Olivet Nazarene lead, and the St. Xavier offense right now needing to get busy here. They want to try to bounce back in this ball game. Orzek, left-handed batter, awaits the first pitch. Pliska in with a sweeper, slow curve in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. I've noticed listening to recent radio broadcast on satellite radio, in Major League Baseball, the term sweeper is now becoming quite the, there's one right there, another curve in there for a called strike, 0-2. It's becoming quite the popular way to describe the pitch. 0-2 to Evan Orzek. Pliska, so far in this game, has struck out 3 and walked 1 batter in 3 and now 3+ innings of work here. Here's the set and the 0-2. Swung on, kind of off the end of the bat, popped up left side of the infield. Who wants it? Calling for it, and the third baseman, Jack Dupuis, makes the catch for the out. 1 away for Troy Stukenberg.
Designated hitter number 29, Troy Stukenberg.
Stukenberg is 0 for 1. He popped out to the shortstop first time up. Well, even if you only get a run here, this is a run that St. Xavier really needs. As they trail by 4 here, heading toward the middle innings of the game. Lefty versus righty in the first pitch, fouled back into the screen, and it's 0-1 to Stukenberg. He'll be followed by Nick Altabelli and then Noah Dreyer here for St. Xavier. Game 2 today will be an elimination game between 6-seeded Trinity Christian and number 2-seed Roosevelt. There's a swing and a ball skied into the air, left side of the infield. Calling for it on what would be the infield grass on a natural turf field. Dupuis, the third baseman, makes the shoulder-high catch for the second out of the inning. So 2 away right now, and St. Xavier in danger of wasting that leadoff double. Here's Nick Altabelli. Altobelli 0 for 1. He flied out to Donovan Yell in center field his first time up. So Altobelli now into the batter's box. Back foot almost right on the back line of the box, near the near back corner of the batter's box. First pitch to him, and that'll be a fastball upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Then we'll have 2 upper bracket games coming up today at 4 and 7. And the pitch. There's a curve in there for a called strike. 1-1 now. 4-0 Olivet Nazarene. We play in the top of the 4th inning here in Joliet, Illinois. Pliska, left-hander, comes set, toes the rubber on the first base edge. And the pitch. That'll be a heater coming in down and away. 2 balls and a strike. The pairing for the 4 o'clock game will be determined, and the 7 o'clock game determined by the outcome of this one. Swinging a high pop-up. And short left center field backing up on it, and the catch made by Kai Hudson, the shortstop, and that'll close out the inning. And Pliska able to get around the leadoff double. Got 3 pop-outs, 2 to third and 1 to short. So in the inning for St. Xavier, no runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left on base. And we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is Olivet Nazarene 4, St. Xavier nothing, and you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. On we go now to the bottom of the 4th inning. Olivet Nazarene right now in command with a 4-0 lead in the first pitch here. And it'll be Evan Pajoli to lead it off here for Olivet Nazarene. And the first pitch coming in a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes here. Mason Beatty next, then that'll be Sam Rezick here for Olivet. And now the 1-0 pitch, that'll miss as well. 2 balls and no strikes here. Pajoli 0 for 1 with a ground out to the second baseman. And the next pitch swung on, and that'll be into the air, but to the right side, sliced foul out of play. 2-1 here to the Olivet first baseman. Kind of a narrow stance, although I've seen the feet closer apart than this stance here by Pajoli, who takes the pitch missing, and that'll make it 3-1 now. But still kind of a narrow stance. Also seen some wide. I saw one hitter. I'm trying to remember who it was this year. There's a curve in there for a called strike, 3-2. The stance traversed almost the entire length of the batter's box. I mean, it was wide. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to the Olivet leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 4th inning. Breaking ball high, ball 4. That'll be a walk here, and a good start for Olivet in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up the catcher, Mason Beatty.
Catcher number 8,
So,
Mason Beatty.
a leadoff walk here as Beatty will bat here, and the first pitch will miss outside. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Beatty lined to left field his first time up. And this pitch will be grounded to second base. This could be 2. to second for one. That ball dropped there at second base, and everybody will be safe. And Olivet now with 2 runners aboard here. Beatty aboard at first base. And Pajoli to second, and now Sam Rezick to the plate. See if we have a pinch runner coming in for the Olivet catcher. And it looks like we will. So coming in to run now for Olivet Nazarene will be Taylor Bledsoe, junior from St. Joseph, Missouri.
Number 2, Taylor Bledsoe.
So Bledsoe running for Beatty. And here's Sam Rezick. There'll be a fielder's choice and then an error on the shortstop. The 5th error of the game for St. Xavier. Now they come charging in at first and third. A throw to second base. That'll be another error as it goes into center field, and the runners will advance. So now runners at second and third. And another miscue here by St. Xavier. And now 2 runners in scoring position for Olivet Nazarene. Rezick at the plate, 1 for 1 with a base hit back in the second inning. So runners now at second and third. Again, the infield in for St. Xavier now. Here's the wind and the pitch. Breaking ball in for a called strike, and it's 0-1. 6 errors now in the game. 2 more in this inning for St. Xavier. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and hit directly to second base. They'll look the runner back to third and a throw to first base in time for the out. Good play defensively there by Dreyer. Immediately glanced back at third to make sure the runner wasn't going and then got the out at first base. So 1 away in the inning, back to the top of the order, and Jack Dupuis. Meeting at the mound here for St. Xavier. There's action in the St. X bullpen. And with the black numbers on the black jerseys outlined in red, it's very difficult to see who it is warming up at the pen right now. As the meeting on the mound continuing for St. Xavier. Olivet with a lead by a score of 4-0, and they are looking to pad their lead here with runners at second and third and 1 away in the frame. Meeting is over on the mound for St. X. Jack Dupuis at the plate now, and he will be intentionally walked. So that will bring us to the center fielder, Donovan Yell. Yell has a sacrifice and a base hit and a run scored. So the bags are loaded for Olivet Nazarene. All right, Vargas out of the stretch in the first pitch. A little bit of a golf swing, hit into the air, and that will be into right center field for a base hit. 1 run will score, second runner being waved to the plate. Throw coming in, cut off here, and Olivet Nazarene able to advance their lead as they pick up 2 more, and they make it a 6-0 ball game. Donovan Yell wasting no time there, getting the 2-run single to right center field. So Pajoli and Bledsoe scoring on the play. Dupuis to third, and that'll be it for the starter, Julian Vargas. So a new pitcher coming into the game. We'll step aside and then tell you about the new man on the mound after a break. As Olivet has broken this game open, they lead 6-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. So it'll be right-hander Garrett Benko coming on now to pitch for St. Xavier. Benko this year, 0 wins or losses, so no wins or losses, a 10.13 ERA. This is his 10th appearance, all in relief. He's thrown 13 1/3 innings thus far, allowing 26 hits, 15 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, opponents hitting .394 against him. So 2 more here for Olivet Nazarene thus far in the 4th inning. There's still only 1 out in the inning. And Olivet with a runner here at third base. As due to the plate here will be Kai Hudson. As runners now will be at first and third. And it looks like Max Archbold is now going to run at first base here for Olivet Nazarene. So here we go. As we hit the 11 o'clock hour. And Kai Hudson due up. As the train whistle sounds. Here's the set of the first pitch. Scoring the bunt, the bat pulled back and the pitch misses. And now Archbold taking second without a throw. So that'll be a stolen base. Hudson batting with a 1-0 count. Hudson has a pair of doubles and an RBI. And he's also scored twice. And St. Xavier right now in a ton of trouble here. There's a called strike to Hudson. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Taylor Steig next. Then it would be Joseph Jimenez here for Olivet Nazarene in the bottom of the 4th inning. They've scored twice in the 1st, 3rd, and now the 4th, and they're looking for more here in the 4th. Now runners at 2nd and 3rd. Again, the infield in, then the pitch low and away. 2 balls and a strike. Well, they did get the 1 out on the Resnick at bat. He hit a ball directly to the second baseman Dreyer for a routine out, but still more work to be done by the St. Xavier defense. Here's the next pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hudson stands in. And the pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Good contact here, but it stays up in the air. Ball caught there by Altabelli in center. Runner at third will tag. Both runners tag in advance, and Olivet Nazarene now has a 7-0 lead on a Kai Hudson sacrifice fly. He now has driven in 2 in the game. So 2 down in the inning. Dupuis scoring. Archbold to third. Here's Taylor Steig. Steig a single and a sacrifice. So 7-0 in favor of Olivet. And we had 2 thrillers yesterday, both games going down to the last batter. 1 game ending and a dramatic game-ending grand slam home run. There's a pitch that'll go to the backstop, and another run will come in here for Olivet Nazarene. So Archbold scoring. That's the 4th run of the inning. That'll clear the bases and make it an 8-0 Olivet lead. The count to Taylor Steig. So that will close out the pitching line for Julian Vargas. Next pitch, this is hammered deep to left field toward the corner. Will it stay fair? And it'll be a foul ball that landed within the field of play deep in the corner, then took a hop over the fence. So a long strike there for Taylor Steig. Count on the board now, a ball and a strike. 7 runs, 8 hits for Olivet. St. Xavier, no runs on 6 hits. No runs on 1 hit, rather, with 6 errors. And here's the sign. And the pitch. A little bit of a golf swing. Popped up right side. Foul territory. Calling for it, and the catch made at first base by Johnson, and that will end the inning. But another tough inning for St. Xavier defensively, as Olivet Nazarene scores 4 times. 4 runs in the inning, and it looks like just the 1 hit. Couple of errors. and none left on base. And we head to the fifth inning. It is all Olivet now. They lead it 8-0. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We head to the top half of inning number 5. 7-0 is the score as we head to the top of the fifth inning. And it will be for Olivet Nazarene, or for St. Xavier, rather. Coming up, it'll be Noah Dreyer, the second baseman, to lead it off here. So a 7-run lead for Olivet Nazarene. Called it 8 at the end of the last half inning, but 7-0 is on the board, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1 to Noah Dreyer. Dreyer 0 for 1, a ground out to the shortstop. So Thomas Pliska, a comfortable lead here. There's a check swing, and that'll be into the turf. As the pitch came in low, and the infield umpire, after appeal, says no swing, so the count even at a ball and a strike. And the pitch. Fastball, down low. 2 balls and a strike. So we're in the top of the fifth inning, and a long way back here for St. Xavier. And the next pitch swung on, and that'll be fouled off. So a 2-strike situation here for Dreyer. Lefty versus righty here. And the pitch. Fastball a little bit upstairs. That pops out of the catcher's mitt there of Beatty. And Dreyer recovers the ball and very amicably hands it over. And a ball tossed out now to the pitcher. So Olivet with a 3-run fourth inning after 2 in the first and third. There's the set and the pitch. Golf swing into center field. This ball has some velocity to it in the right center field, and then will drop in for a base hit. Solidly struck there by Noah Dreyer to give St. Xavier a leadoff base runner here in the fifth inning. They had a leadoff double back in the fourth, but they were not able to score him. And now St. Xavier will have a runner at first. John Simasek now to the plate here for St. X. He is 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop. And the first pitch. That was a little bit of a golf swing, and it'll be a swung on and missed. No balls and a strike here to Simasek. He'll be followed by Mason Johnson, then Connor Hutchings for St. X. Here's the set now, and the pitch. Fastball up high. Actually, that actually kind of was a little bit more of an off-speed pitch. It came in up high. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Here's the set now, and the delivery. Curve in there, called strike. Good pitch there. So now ball and 2 strikes. We play in the fifth inning. There's a swing and a foul. We'll hold in a 2-strike situation here now for John Simasek. Sky's brightening here a little bit, but still just a deck of overcast clouds ahead. There's a ball high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out here, top of the fifth inning, 7-0 Olivet Nazarene with a lead. And the pitch. Curve. That went down low into the turf. Good stop behind the plate there by Beatty. And the count goes now to 2-2 is the count on the board. Now 3-2, so it is a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip caught behind the plate. It's a strikeout either way, and that's the first out of the inning. So that'll bring up now Mason Johnson. Johnson 0 for 1. He flied to center field his first time up. So a 7-0 Olivet Nazarene lead. And the pitch. And that'll be up high, 1 ball and no strikes. Johnson, the number 8 hitter in the St. X order, as the St. Xavier offense has been shut down in this game here today. At least to this point. Here's the 1-0. Fastball up high, 2 balls and no strikes. The only St. Xavier hits of the game, the leadoff double by Massengale back in the 4th, and the leadoff single by Noah Dreyer here in the 5th inning. Next pitch, and that'll be cued and in the right field for a base hit. So Johnson getting around on that one and able to push it to right field for the single. Dreyer to second base. And so 2 aboard here now for St. Xavier for Connor Hutchings. Hutchings had a walk his first time up, stole a base, was left on base. Meeting at the mound now for Olivet Nazarene. Game 2 coming up today, 1 p.m. It'll be an elimination game between Roosevelt and Trinity Christian. That'll be game 4 of the tournament. And then coming up at 4 p.m., St. Francis will play the loser of this ball game. And then at 7 tonight, St. Ambrose plays the winner of this contest. Umpire heads out to the mound now to break up the meeting. There is a little bit of action now in the Olivet Nazarene bullpen. As we play here in the bottom of the 4th, top of the 5th inning, and now the 8th run now has been put on the board, so it is an 8-0 lead here for Olivet Nazarene. So here now is Hutchings for St. X, and the first pitch, curve, in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Hutchings, as we said, a walk back in the 3rd inning, so it was a 4-run inning, in fact, for Olivet in the last half inning. And it is an 8-zip lead. There's a ball high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Runners at first and second for the Cougars. And the 1-1. Down and in, and it kind of skips in front of the plate. Almost went about a third of the way to the mound. It'll be a throw to second base, and the tag not in time. Oh, a close play there. Kai Hudson quickly applying the tag. Thought he had the runner, but the runner called safe, and now runners at second and third for St. Xavier. Dreyer to third on the play, and Johnson able to sneak in under the tag at second. All right, Olivet head coach Jeff Mulliken now asking for a little bit of a discussion with the infield umpire here as we play in the top of the 5th inning, and Olivet Nazarene right now with an 8-0 lead, trying to battle their way back into the ball game. And now the umpires again will confer. This is something now that has become commonplace, and it's a situation where I remember way back in the day when I umpired, this never happened. You made the call and it stood, but I'd say the last 15 years or so, it's been commonplace for the umpires to confer with the priority of getting it right, and now we're ready to get back at it. So runners will stay at second and third now for St. X. It is a 2-1 count now to Connor Hutchings. And the pitch fouled into the screen, and that'll even it up 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hutchings, right-handed batter, awaits. Here's the set now by Pliska. And the pitch. And that'll be cued foul to the right side. We'll hold it 2-2. Hutchings, the number 9 hitter in the order. Up next will be Sean Moore, and then it would be Justin Massengale. If we continue on that far here for St. Xavier. Top of the 5th inning, Olivet Nazarene with an 8-0 lead. And the pitch. A little bit of a curve with some velocity. It came in high and tight for ball 3. So now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the set now by Pliska and the pitch. Good curve and barely a foul tip there at home plate. I was about to call that a swinging third strike, but just barely getting a piece of it. Connor Hutchings able to stay alive. So we remain in a 3-2 count, and the pitch. That ball was hurled in down and in the zone, and it's fouled off to the left, and we'll try it again at 3-2. That ball came in, it looked like at a high velocity, and Hutchings got around on that and was able to keep the at-bat alive. Here's another 3-2, breaking ball, swing and a miss. Drop third strike, picked up here by Bayady. He throws to first base to complete the out after he looked around a little bit. On Moore. Moore 0 for 2 with a pair of swinging strikeouts. It is supposed to clear out later on today, and we may have sunny skies before all is said and done. Now 2 away in the inning, and the pitch. That'll be a heater missing outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Another opportunity right now that St. Xavier really almost in a must-convert mode here. Here's the pitch. Fastball kind of golfed into center field. Coming on as Donovan Yell makes a running grab in right center to make the catch to end the inning. And St. Xavier strands a pair. So in the inning for St. Xavier, they do not score. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 left on base, halfway home in game 1 of our Friday schedule with a score. It is Olivet Nazarene 8, St. Xavier nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, we move on here now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Olivet Nazarene cruising right now. They lead at 8-0. It'll be Joseph Jimenez leading it off, and he fouls the first pitch to the left side, and so he's quickly behind it. No balls and a strike. Here comes the 0-1, and that'll miss inside to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Garrett Benko remaining on the mound here for St. X. Right-hander. Kicks and deals, and that'll be a little bit high. Might have been a tad inside. Jimenez backing out of the way of that one, kind of arching his back there, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. So we play here on a Friday morning, first of 4 here today in Joliet. CCAC baseball tournament now well underway. There's a swing and a bouncer left side, and that'll stay along the line, and now it'll be called a foul ball by the home plate umpire. Simisek at third, fielding it and throwing on to first, but it winds up to be a foul ball to make it a 2 balls and 2 strikes count. Game number 2 for the day, coming up at 1 p.m. Trinity Christian, and it'll be Trinity Christian and Roosevelt coming your way at 1, and then games involving St. Francis at 4 and St. Ambrose at 7. The opponents for those games, for those two teams, will be determined by the outcome of this ball game here. Next pitch. That came well inside. I thought that was going to hit the batter, but it came inside. Jimenez went after it, tried to hold up, and he wound up getting called on a swinging strikeout. 1 away in the inning. That'll bring to the plate Jordan Roden. We'll try to check the pitching line on Julian Vargas, the starter here for St. X's. There's a bouncer to the left side, about a 3-hopper, scooped up on the short hop there at third base, and then Simisek to throw to first base in time for the out. 2 away in the inning. That'll bring up Evan Pajoli now. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Right-hander versus right-handed batter, and the first pitch will miss outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bottom of the 5th inning, 8-0, Olivet Nazarene in front. There's the wind of the pitch. And it'll be in there for a called strike to make it 1-1. I'm going to check here real closely. Benko. He is upright, and he is moving into kind of a compact windup. There's a breaking ball inside. 2 balls and a strike now to Evan Pajoli. Mason Bayety next. And then Sem Rezik if we continue on that far here in the 5th inning. Here's the next pitch. And that'll be a curve, missed inside. And so I believe it'll be 3 balls and a strike here now to the batter, Evan Pajoli. The kick and the pitch. Taken outside, that'll be ball 4, and so a 2-out base runner here for Olivet Nazarene. Pajoli, his second walk of the game, and now Mason Bayety to the plate. Bayety is lined to left and also hit into a fielder's choice. So the Tiger catcher, left-handed batter, stands in. And here's the set now by Benko. Throw to first base and the runner back in safely. And here's the set now. Throw to first base and the runner back in. I think it was, we were talking yesterday, I believe. I'm going by memory here. I'd have to go back and actually watch the entire archive video. But I don't believe, as there's a throw to first base, I don't believe we had a throw to first in the entire first game yesterday. And that was a game with a lot of base runners, a lot of traffic on the bases. The final score of that game was 8-6. So Bayety awaits here. The first pitch now to the plate, and he goes after this one and pops it up right side near the on-deck circle, and a sliding attempt here. Oh, my goodness, sliding into the wall there was the catcher, Evan Orzek, and he's okay, but that's the case. There was a very short drop to the ground and then a slide into the wall. That's the case where you can kind of accordion a little bit and you can jam your legs up. That's a little bit scary to watch. Now, Orzek walking back to the plate here. It's now the count on the scoreboard at no balls and a strike here to Mason Bayety. Right-handed batter stands in. Here's the set now. And the pitch. And that'll be in there for a called strike. So a 2-strike situation here for Bayety. Benko kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. A foul tip, rather. Caught behind home plate by Orzek, and that'll end the inning. So Benko able to get around the 2-out walk. No runs in the inning for Olivet Nazarene. On no hits, no errors, a walk, and a runner left on base. And we head now to the top of the 6th inning with a score. Olivet Nazarene 8, St. Xavier nothing. And you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. So here we go now as we march on to the top half of the sixth inning. St. Xavier trailing this game by a score of 8-0. As we're about at 90 minutes into the ball game, and for St. Xavier, Justin Massengale will lead it up now here in the top half of inning number 6. Thomas Pliska rolling along here. He was almost perfect through the first 3 innings. There's a breaking ball, looked like came in over but low. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Pliska so far has scattered 3 St. Xavier hits in this game. Here's the 1-0. Fastball up and away. So now 2 balls and no strikes the count. Massengale has a swinging strikeout and a double. 8-0 Olivet Nazarene here in the top of the 6th frame, and the pitch. And that'll be a fastball missed outside. 3-0 here now. They've got an 8-run lead as a pitcher. The last thing you want to do is issue a leadoff walk, but right now that could very well happen. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Strike called at the letters, 3-1. Massengale, Orzek, and Stukenberg due up here for St. Xavier. Here's the next pitch. And that'll be down and in, and that'll be ball 4. Thought for a second there might be a delayed strike call there, but that did not happen. So Massengale, a leadoff walk. And he's aboard for the second time here in the ball game, and that'll bring to the plate Evan Orzek. Orzek lined to second in the first inning, popped out to third back in the 4th. So Orzek stands in, left-handed batter awaits. Top of the 6th in an 8-0 ball game. In the first pitch, a breaking ball missing well up high. 1 ball, no strikes. And now a brief meeting at the mound as Mason Beatty heads out to the mound to talk to his pitcher. Olivet with 2-run rallies in the 2nd and the 3rd, and then they tacked on 4 in the 4th. St. Xavier so far in this game out hit to this point 8-3. Orzek back into the batter's box. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Lefty versus lefty in the pitch. Fastball check swing, and it's bounced up the third base line wide of the bag, foul. And the count even at a ball and a strike. Orzek, left-handed batter out of the box, now back in. Not quite. I thought he was going to get back in. Now he's back and ready to go. Tapped his spikes there before heading back into the batter's box. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the St. X catcher. Breaking ball nearly hit him, but it curled back inside, missing to make it 2-1. Orzek back in, left-handed batter awaits. Again, the sky starting to brighten here in Joliet. There's a ball low and away. 3 balls and a strike now for Evan Orzek. 8-0 Olivet with a lead here in the top half of inning number 6. The set and the pitch. It'll be fouled back into the screen. And that'll be 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jordan Roden playing in short right field right now, just beyond the edge of the infield here. Runner takes his lead off first base, and the pitch. Fastball, chopped, and that'll be a fair ball. Then takes a wild spin backwards, a lot of backspin on that ball when it hit the ground, and it evades the reach of Beatty. And so everybody will be safe. Little tapper infield single there for Orzek. See if a pinch runner comes into the game now for Olivet for St. X. That looks like 5'8" on the jersey number. Which would be Jackson McFarland. He's a sophomore from Terre Haute, Indiana. Meeting at the mound, a new pitcher coming into the game now for Olivet Nazarene. So a new pitcher coming on, and we'll take a break, come back, tell you about the new man on the bump. 8-0 Olivet as Thomas Pliska gets a hand from his teammates and the Olivet fans here at Dooley Health and Care Field. New pitcher again coming in. Tell you about it after a break. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. So it'll be Michael Freitas coming into the game now to pitch here for Olivet Nazarene in relief of Thomas Pliska. Pliska in this game going 5 innings plus. He is responsible for the runners on first and second. And Freitas' first batter here will be Troy Stukenberg. He is 0 for 2 with a pop out to short, pop out to third. Sun trying to break through the cloud cover here. Here's the set now on the first pitch. Coming in a heater, a little bit of velocity, but it's down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Stukenberg, right-handed batter. Sharply angled stance set to the batter's box. And the pitch. And that'll be a little bit low. Might have been a tad outside. 2 balls and no strikes here. St. Xavier in this game so far, unofficially by my count, 4 men left on base, 4 runners left on base. Here's the set now and the pitch. Fastball strike on the outer half, 2-1. Stukenberg taking all the way there. We play here in the top of the 6th inning, and St. Xavier trailing by a large margin. They trail 8-0 in this game. Here comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that'll even it up 2-2. Good pitch there coming in from Freitas. And so now the count even at 2-2. Here's the set. And the pitch. Swung on in the air, right field. It has some carry to it, but a good jump there in right field by Rezik. He makes the catch about shoulder high, a one-handed grab for the out. Had a lot of balls hit on the line to the outfield in this game. 1 away here, and here is Nick Altabelli. Altabelli is 0 for 2. A fly out to center and a pop out to the shortstop. St. Xavier offense still looking to break through here and put their first run of the game on the board. Altabelli, right-handed batter, awaits. And the pitch. Down and in, and a good stop by Beatty behind the plate, and the count goes to 1-0. Righty versus righty here. Freitas coming set. Long pause, the 1-0. Breaking ball taken a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Winner of this game will advance and play St. Ambrose today at 7 o'clock. Here's the pitch. This is drilled to left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Runner waved around third base. Throw back into the infield. No play at the plate, and Olivet Nazarene surrendering their first run of the game as Freitas allows an RBI single there for Altobelli, and that makes it an 8-1 ball game as Massengale coming around to score. So Altobelli with the RBI. He's now driven in 34 on the year, and that'll bring to the plate Noah Dreyer. So that makes it an 8-1 ball game. Runners again at first and second now. On the play, Orzik would be at second, where he's still in the game, but he was lifted for a pinch runner. As runners at first and second, there's a swing and a foul back by Dreyer. 0-1 now to Dreyer. Dreyer is 1 for 2. He's grounded to short and also singled. So Freitas comes on, and it is now an 8-1 ball game after Freitas allowing the RBI single. Right-hander deals. There's a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Freitas this season an 0-1 record with a 5.84 ERA. He had thrown 12 1/3 innings coming into the ball game. Here comes the 0-2. Inside swing, and it's lifted the other way, and a diving attempt in right field, and it'll skip by. It'll go all the way to the wall here. Great effort by Resnick, and Wright not able to come up with it. 1 run is in, and runners will wind up with second and third here, and the inning continues for St. X. So that makes it an 8-2 ball game as Dreyer the RBI double. And runners at second and third for John Simasek. A great effort, as we noted there, in right field. But Resnick not able to get to the ball. Here's Simasek now, who is 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. It's an 8-2 ball game, and a base hit here could potentially drive in a pair. There's still only 1 out in the inning. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a foul. Back of home plate in the count 0-1. So the St. Xavier offense awakening here a little bit in the bottom of the, top of the 6th inning. And they have plated a pair and looking for more here. Base hit could potentially bring it back to a 4-run deficit. There's a ball low and outside. Good stop by Beatty behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Here comes the set now. And the delivery. Curve up high and inside. 2 balls and a strike. Mason Johnson awaiting on deck for the Cougars. The set by Freitas. And the pitch. It's swung on and fouled off to the right out of play. And that'll even the count up now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now 6 hits in the ball game for St. Xavier as they trail by 6. As it is an 8-2 Olivet Nazarene lead. 2 offering. Down and away. Good block there behind the plate by Beatty, and the runners have to stay put. And now full count here to the batter, Simasek. Here's the set. Long pause. Freitas kicks and deals. Fouled straight back. We'll try it again with a 3-2 count. I think this is an important batter here. If you get this batter, you still keep some separation if you're out of a Nazarene with a substantial 6-run lead. If you do not get him and 2 runs potentially score, St. Xavier would be able to kind of creep back into the ball game. As there's a called third strike on the outer half, and that'll be out number 2 in the inning. Well-placed pitch there by Freitas. And that'll leave it up now to Mason Johnson. So Mason Johnson now to stand in. He is 1 for 2, a fly out to center field and also a single. Had a base hit back in the 5th inning, was stranded eventually at second base. So here's the set now by Freitas, trying to get out of the inning and keep the damage to a minimum. First pitch here, swing and a miss. It'll go to the backstop, and a run will come in to score from third base to make it an 8-3 ball game. Altobelli scoring from third. Dreyer to third, and it's now an 8-3 game. There's a run coming in on a wild pitch. Johnson swung on that ball and missed. I thought initially it might have been a foul tip, but no contact made, and a run in for St. Xavier, their third of the inning. 0-1 now for Mason Johnson. Here's the set and the pitch. That'll be to the backstop. The same location and another wild pitch that makes an 8-4 ball game. So it's an 8-4 game now as a second consecutive wild pitch brings in Noah Dreyer. So back to a 4-run ball game. A little bit more of a manageable deficit for St. Xavier now. Johnson not swinging at that pitch, so the count even at 1-1. So back-to-back wild pitches bringing in 2 gift runs here for St. Xavier. Here's the set now by Freitas. And the pitch. Fastball popping into the catcher's mitt, but up high. 2 balls and a strike. Connor Hutchings next, then we would go back to the top of the St. X order. So St. Xavier, a 4-run uprising here in the 6th inning to slice their deficit in half. It's an 8-4 ball game. Here's the pitch. This is outside. 3-1 now to Mason Johnson. Johnson, right-handed batter, back into the batter's box. 3 balls and 1 strike the count. Here's the set now. And the pitch. In for a called strike. Johnson thought he had the walk. The umpire says no, and you have to come back to the plate. 2 out, nobody on, but 4 in for St. X here in the top of the 6th inning. And Olivet Nazarene now with an 8-4 lead. And the pitch. Down and in, golf swing, and it's missed, and so that'll end the inning. But St. Xavier able to get back into the ball game in a manner of speaking. They score 4 times in the frame, 4 runs in the inning. On 3 hits, no errors, a pair of costly wild pitches, and nobody left on base. We go bottom 6 with a score. Olivet Nazarene 8, St. Xavier 4. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. So on we go, bottom of the 6th inning here, and the first pitch will be a little mini roller halfway to the mound and a quick throw to first base, and they get the runner at first. Sam Rezick, little tapper there. And it went about halfway to the mound and fielded there by Garrett Benko, who fired a rocket to first base to get the runner just in time, 1 away in the inning. Back to the top of the order, here's Jack Dupuis now. Dupuis in this game has singled, lined out, and also he has doubled in the game. And on the first pitch, he tosses the bat away and he goes to first. I was looking down at the scorebook. I believe he was hit by the pitch there. And so, although he was intentionally passed last time up. Regardless, Jack Dupuis aboard again at first base. Here's Donovan Yell, the center fielder. 8-4 ball game. Bottom of the 6th inning. Donovan Yell stands in, 2 for 2 with a sacrifice. First pitch here will skip back behind home plate, and that'll allow Jack Dupuis to take second base. Wait and see on the scoring on that. As the count right now to Donovan Yell is 1 ball and no strikes. Yell sacrificed in the 1st inning, then had singles in the 3rd and 4th innings. He did score 1 run, then he was lifted for pinch runner back in the 4th, and Archbold, the pinch runner, scored that run. Brief meeting at the mound, and now we're ready to resume. 1 ball, no strikes to the left-handed hitting Donovan Yell. 8-4, Olivet Nazarene with the lead. We're in the bottom of the 6th frame. Here's the set now and the delivery. Swung on and hit in the air, fairly deep right field. Back going to the track, to the wall, and that ball, I believe, will be high off the wall. Thought for a minute it might go out. And it'll be a double here, and runners now at 2nd and 3rd. That was well played off the wall there by Massengale in right field for St. Xavier. Played it well, fired, and threw it back to the infield quickly to minimize the advancement on the bases. But runners are at 2nd and 3rd now. Dupuis had to hold up there for fear the ball might have been caught. Yell at 2nd, meeting at the mound here now for St. Xavier. Olivet Nazarene a chance to get at least maybe 1 or 2 of those runs back that they gave up in the top of the inning. Meeting continuing here now for St. X. We're on the bottom of the 6th inning. It is an 8-4 Olivet Nazarene lead. Olivet has out-hit the St. Xavier Cougars 9-6 in this game. Meeting continuing here. Looks like a new pitcher coming on. So we'll take a break, come back, tell you about the new man on the mound for St. X after a timeout. As you are tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Back here in Joliet, Su Chun Yen now is in the game to pitch here for St. X. And he will try to keep Olivet off the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As Olivet with an 8-4 lead, it'll be Kai Hudson to start it up now against the right-hander, Su Chun Yen. He hails from Kaohsiung, Taiwan. So here we go now as Kai Hudson to step to the plate. Hudson's had a good day today. 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles, 2 runs scored, an RBI, and a sacrifice for another RBI. So he's knocked in a pair. All right, Su Chun Yen now on the mound here for St. X. And the first pitch. And this is hit as the infield drawn in, knocked down at third base, a recovery, and then no play at the plate. They'll have to go to first base for the out. Knocked down there at third by Simisek. And initially it looked like by his body language he wanted to throw to the plate, but he didn't have a clean handle on it, so he settled for the out at first base as Jack Dupuis scoring to make it a 9-4 ball game. Hudson, his 3rd RBI of the game on a ground out. That'll be out number 2 in the inning. And a runner out third base here, runners at 2nd and 3rd. Here for Olivet Nazarene. There's a swing and a pop foul right side. That'll be out of play. So it's Yell at third. No balls and a strike. Here's the set now and the pitch. It'll be taken for a strike. On the play, Kai Hudson going to second base. As it is Steig getting the RBI just now. And Joseph Jimenez batting. And there's a swing and a topper foul to the left of home plate. No balls and a strike. So that's the RBI ground out for Taylor Steig as Kai Hudson at second base. And Jimenez batting. There are 2 away in the inning. I did not write the result of Kai Hudson's at bat into my scorebook, so I had to advance it 1 batter here to keep it accurate. There's a swing and a pop-up right side of home plate. Off with the catcher's mask. The catch made there by Evan Orzek, and that'll close out the inning. But a run in for Olivet Nazarene, and we go to the 7th. It is Olivet Nazarene 9, St. Xavier 4. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, here we go now to the top of the 7th inning. St. Xavier trailing at 9-4. It'll be Connor Hutchings to start it off here now for the Cougars. And it looks like a new pitcher on here for Olivet Nazarene, as it is a lefty-righty matchup. The first pitch, a curveball in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. So a 9-4 lead for Olivet Nazarene. They get one back after surrendering did the Tigers to St. X 4 in the top half of the last half inning. There's a called strike in there now. And so the count will be no balls and 2 strikes. Hutchings has a walk and a swinging strikeout. There's a swing and a grounder near the right edge of the mound. Gloved in short right field at second base. Throw to first base, pulling the first baseman Pajoli off the bag, and that will result in a leadoff base runner here for St. Xavier. That going to Roden at second. The throw came to the home plate side of the bag, pulling Roden off the Pajoli off the base, and Hutchings is aboard. I believe that'll be scored an E4, and back to the top of the order here, Sean Moore now for St. Xavier. Moore has struck out twice and lined to center field. Now here's the set now on the first pitch, a breaking ball, missing outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Moore, left-handed batter, stands in. Had good contact his last at-bat, hit it right on the nose, but it wound up to be a loud out. There's a breaking ball into the turf. Good block behind the plate by Beatty. And the count goes down to 2 balls and no strikes. It is Noah Bradshaw, a senior left-hander from Naperville, Illinois, on the mound now for Olivet Nazarene. And Bradshaw deals, and that'll be down low. So 3 balls and no strikes. And the pitch. Fastball in for a called strike on the outer half. That runs it now to 3-1. Justin Massengale next. Then it'll be Evan Orzek here for St. X. Top of the 7th inning. And the pitch. That'll be over but low, and that'll be ball 4. And so runners now at first and second for St. Xavier. Sean Moore aboard for the first time this afternoon, or I should say this morning. And now here's Justin Massengale. So Massengale stands in. 2 aboard here. Here's the set. Lefty versus righty. Pitch into the turf. Good stop behind the plate by Beatty again. And so 1 ball and no strikes the count. Massengale, a swinging strikeout, a double, and a walk and a run scored. We play in the 7th inning. 9-4, Olivet with a lead. Olivet so far with the highest run total of any game in the tournament here. The first 3 games so far in 2024, there's a called strike. As we hit the 12 noon hour here in the Central Time Zone of these United States. There's a pitch that nearly hit Massengale, but it just missed him from Bradshaw. Bradshaw is not working slowly here, trying to make sure I have the accurate count. It's 2 balls and a strike. 9 runs, 9 hits, and an error for Olivet Nazarene, as there's a heater missing outside. For St. Xavier, 4 runs, 6 hits, and 6 errors. 3 balls and 1 strike here to Justin Massengale. Time call as the ball got loose there along the left side. It's tossed back to the bullpen. There is action right now in the Olivet pen. As Bradshaw, left-hander, kicks and deals. Fastball in there, letter high, called strike. Good pitch to make it 3-2. I believe it is Cade Costello warming up in the pen for Olivet. Here's the payoff. This is ripped and a line drive, and down the left field line. It'll be a fair ball rolling all the way into the corner. This will score at least 1. 1 run is in. Second runner being waved around. It'll be a 2-run double, and St. Xavier chipping away at the deficit here as they plate 2 here in the 7th inning. So Hutchings and Moore score. Massengale the 2-run double. And that makes it now a 9-6 ball game. Things getting interesting late in this game, and that might be it here on a brief outing for Bradshaw. It is Costello, I believe it was warming up, and I believe it'll be Cade Costello. In fact, it will be to come into the game now for Olivet Nazarene. So Cade Costello will enter. We'll take a break. And again, things closing up here a little bit. Olivet at one point had an 8-0 lead, but now it's down to 9-6. We'll take a break, come back with more after the pitching change as you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. So Cade Costello enters here for the Olivet Nazarene Tigers. Costello this year a 1-2 record with a 7.18 ERA coming into this game. This is his 13th appearance, all but 3 in a reliever's role. He's thrown 31 in the third innings, 37 hits, 26 runs, 25 earned, 16 walks, 21 strikeouts, and opponents hitting .301 against him. Runner at second base. There's a swing and a foul back on the first pitch here to Evan Orzek. Orzek 1 for 3. He's lined out, popped out. He had a single last time up back in the 6th inning. 9-6 ball game. A base hit here could potentially whittle it down to a 2-run ball game. Here's the set and the pitch. Taken outside, and that'll even it up now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Orzek out of the box, now back in. Kind of crowds the plate with a stance here in the left-handed hitter's batting box. Here's the set now, and the pitch. That swung on, hit in the air, right center field. Long run here, and full extension. It looks like the catch was made in right field. Wonderful play there by Rezik. Full extension, outran his cap. He lost his cap, and he was able to make the catch for the out. What a grab there by Rezik and right. That saves a run for the moment. That's the play of the tournament so far defensively, I think. Here's Troy Stukenberg now. So 1 out in the inning. Righty versus righty matchup here in the first pitch. Swing and a miss at a high heater, and it's 0-1. Stukenberg has popped to short, popped to third, and lined to right field. So Rezik in right field, a tremendous grab. There's a pitch that'll miss outside. 1 ball and 1 strike here. Stukenberg angled stance toward the left side of the diamond. And a look back at second and a lob to second base. Really not a serious pickoff attempt there. But a reminder to Justin Massengale that they are keeping an eye on anyone on the bases right now. Here's the set now by Costello in the pitch. Swinging a pop-up right side that'll be out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 9-6 ball game, top of the 7th inning. Well, the way this game is starting to shape up here, a long way to go in this contest. Here's the set now, and the pitch. A little bit of a golf swing in the air to right field. Rezik is there, able to stay on his feet this time. Makes a catch even with the bill of his cap. That's how high he had to reach. And so that'll be the 2nd out of the inning. 2 away, and that'll bring up Nick Altabelli, the center fielder. Altabelli is 1 for 3 with an RBI single, also has flied out and popped out. First pitch here, he reaches out of that. A little nubber left of the mound, picked up here. Throw to first base from Costello, and Olivet able to minimize the damage there, and they get out of the inning as St. X plating 2, though, in the process. Stretch time here as we go bottom 7 with a score. Olivet Nazarene 9, St. Xavier 6. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We move to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is a 9-6 ball game. It'll be Jordan Roden leading it up for Olivet Nazarene here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Su Chun Yen remains on the mound here for St. X. Gannon Burns is being shown as having pitched a third of an inning, so we wanted to mention that, as here's the first pitch from the right-hander Su Chun Yen, and it'll miss inside. 1 ball and no strikes the count to Jordan Roden. Roden, Pajoli, and Beatty due up here now for Olivet here in the 7th inning. Here's the set now. And the pitch. Missed outside, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. So, for St. Xavier, Julian Vargas, the starter, going 3 2/3, allowing 8 hits, 8 runs, all of which were earned. He walked 2 and he struck out 1 batter. Next pitch coming in. Swung on, sharply hit 1 hopper. Glove there at third base. Long throw across the diamond, a little bit low, but no trouble there for Johnson at first after the throw by Simmons second. There's the first out of the inning. 1 away for Evan Pajoli. And then after that, for St. X, Garrett Benko going an inning. No hits, no runs, and he walked 1 and struck out 1. And then it was Gannon Burns for a third of an inning, allowing a hit, a run that was earned. And now Su Chun Yen pitching here for St. X. Here's Evan Pajoli now. First pitch to him will be upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. Meanwhile, for Olivet Nazarene today, Thomas Pliska going 5 innings in the starting role for the Tigers, allowing 4 hits, 2 runs that were both earned, as there's an off-speed pitch coming in for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pliska walked 2 and he fanned 5. Here's the set now by Su Chun Yen, and the pitch. Strike called on the outside edge. 1 2. Then after Pliska, let's see, Michael Freitas pitched an inning. 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He struck out a pair, did not walk a batter. And the 1-2 kind of golfed into the air toward right field, stepping in now back a little bit, but the catch made in right field by Massengale for the second out of the inning. 2 away, here's Mason Beatty to up here. Beatty is 0 for 3, struck out swinging last time up. Also, he has lined down and reached on a fielder's choice. So Beatty batting here with 2 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 7th inning. 9-6, Olivet Nazarene with a lead. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul tip in the count, no balls and a strike here to Beatty. So then Freitas, as we said, pitched an inning, and then it was Cade Costello going 1 inning, and zeros across the board in facing 3 batters for Costello's pitching line. And now it is Noah Bradshaw being shown as on here for Olivet Nazarene, having given up a hit in less than an inning, allowing 2 runs, one of which was earned, a walk, and no strikeouts. So I think now we're caught up on the pitching lines as this next pitch coming in, missing outside. And so the count goes now to 2 balls and 1 strike here to Mason Beatty. Sam Rezick next, then back to the top of the Olivet order. 9-6 Olivet with a lead, bottom of the 7th inning. Game 1 of 4 here on this Friday. Line drive up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Su-Chun Yang went after that ball there, nearly was able to make a play, but it went flying right by his glove. So a line single. And a pinch runner now will come into the game for Olivet Nazarene. This again will be Taylor Bledsoe, who came in to run earlier on in the game for Olivet. And Sam Rezick now to the plate, meeting at the mound here for St. Xavier. St. Xavier now, it's imperative for the Cougars to keep the ball game where it is. Looks like we'll have a new pitcher coming into the game now for St. X. So a new pitcher coming in, and we'll take a break, tell you more about it after we return as you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. So it appears as if it'll be Noah Scott, left-hander, coming into the game now for St. Xavier. He's a junior from Chesterton, Indiana. And he comes on inheriting a base runner at first base. And that'll be Bledsoe again pinch running at first now for Olivet as Sam Rezick is due up here for the Tigers. First pitch to Rezick. And that'll be a strike called on the outer half, 0-1. Rezick has a single and a pair of groundouts. Grounded back to the pitcher last time up. 9-6 ball game, bottom of 7. There's a ball low and away. Good stop behind the plate there by Orzek. As Bledsoe has to stay put at first base, and the count even at a ball and a strike. 2-out runner at first base, 9-6 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Olivet Nazarene now with 10 hits in the game, swinging a ground ball to the left of the mound, right to shortstop. They'll flip to second for 1. They get the force play, and that'll end the inning. So a fielder's choice closes out the frame as Bledsoe forced at second. And in the inning for St. Xavier, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. And we go to the top of the 8th inning. It is Olivet Nazarene 9 and St. Xavier 6. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Here we go to the top of the 8th inning. Olivet Nazarene holding on to a 9-6 lead after they once led 8-0 in this ball game. As we head now to the top half of inning number 8. And due up is going to be Noah Dreyer here for St. Xavier. First pitch to Dreyer, and that'll be a fastball high and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Dreyer, Simasek, and then Mason Johnson due up here for the Cougars. 1 ball, no strikes on the pitch. And that'll be in for a called strike. As it is Dreyer batting. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Dreyer is 2 for 3, a single, a double, an RBI, a run scored, and also he has grounded to short. Swinging a sharp grounder, gloved at third base. Long throw across the diamond, 1 hopping in and trying to make a backhand play on that. Pajoli at first base cannot pick it up cleanly. As Dupuis, I believe, will probably get charged with a throwing error there. And either way, it adds up to a leadoff base runner here for St. Xavier. Long stretch there by Evan Pajoli at first base, just not able to make the pick cleanly. And that'll bring up John Simasek now. He is 0 for 3. He struck out twice. Last time up, he was caught looking. First pitch here, swing and a miss. Mighty swing, but he came up empty, and he's behind at 0-1. Nine-6 ball game. Cade Costello kicks and deals, and that'll be in there for a called strike to make it now 1, and beg your pardon, it'll be 0-2 here. St. X has been out hit 10-7 in the game. There's a swing and a foul, and we'll stay at no balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. That'll be sprayed foul to the right, and we'll stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Well, increasingly less cloudy skies. See a little bit of blue sky now here off to the west. The sun getting a little bit brighter here at Dooley Health and Care Field. Here comes another 0-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll be the first out of the inning. And that'll bring to the plate Mason Johnson. Game 2 today scheduled for 1 p.m. Might be a little bit late due to the length of this ball game. That is going to be an elimination game between Trinity Christian and Roosevelt. Mason Johnson 1 for 3 in the game today. He struck out swinging last time up. First pitch here, he goes after it and kind of cues it foul to the right side, and it's 0-1. Connor Hutchings next, then back to the top of the order for St. Xavier. St. X, courageous comeback in this game, but they're starting to run out of outs. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball down and away to even it up now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Olivet at one point had an 8-0 lead. That was after 4 innings. Then St. X getting 6 runs in the 6th and 7th innings. 4 in the 6th, 2 more in the 7th. Swinging a little floater foul left of third. 1 ball, 2 strikes here now to Mason Johnson. If this score holds, it would be Olivet Nazarene against St. Ambrose tonight at 7, and at 4, St. Francis against St. Xavier. Swing a little cue shot to the right side, foul, and we'll hold it a ball on 2 strikes. Evan Pajoli, by the way, re-entering the game at the start of the inning after he was lifted for a pinch runner for Bledsoe. The pitch. It was up in the zone and hit in the air, and that'll be in the right field for a base hit there. A little bit of a low liner. A little closer to the ground than I initially thought, but either way, runners at first and second. That brings the tying run to the plate now for St. X. Connor Hutchings due up here for the Cougars. It looks like now coming in to run for St. Xavier will be Sebastian Parchimenko, junior from Algonquin, Illinois, running at first base for Mason Johnson. So again, runners at first and second now for St. Xavier.
27-23.
right, here's the wind of the first pitch. And that'll be a swing and a miss, and the count, no balls and a strike. Well, let's see here. I think my laptop has started talking to me here in the booth. As there's a swing and a miss, and the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. All right, we're going to turn down the volume on that. As instead I turn down the lighting on my laptop. This is going south quick. There's a pitch that'll miss outside now. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Here's the set now. And the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, a slow over to the right side. Diving attempt here, knocked down at second base, but no play available, and the bases will be loaded. So the bags are loaded now for St. Xavier. And Sean Moore due up here now for the Cougars. So Moore stands in. The tying run is now on base at first. Good effort there by Roden at second, but just not able to come up with it. And so here we go now. And the first pitch here, high and away, 1 ball, no strikes to Sean Moore. Moore has a pair of strikeouts, a line out to center field, and a walk and a run scored. Pressure situation here now for Costello. Swung on, popped up left side, foul territory, not a play. So the count even now, the ball and a strike. St. Xavier now back to within 1 in the hit column as they've been out hit 10-9 in this game. Bases loaded, 1 away in the inning. Here's the set and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that makes it now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Costello comes set. A lot of chatter from both benches. Swinging a ball served to left field. It'll be in for a base hit. 1 run will score. Everybody else station to station, and it's now a 9-7 ball game. Noah Dreyer coming in to score, so the error at the start of the inning comes back to hurt Olivet Nazarene. As we said, everyone else advances, and here is Justin Massengale. So now a 9-7 game. The tying runs are in scoring position. A one-time 8-run lead has been whittled down to 2 here by St. X. First pitch into the turf. Good stop there behind the plate by Beatty. And the count 1-0 here to Massengale. Massengale is 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles. He's also walked and struck out. Here's the next pitch. Over but low. 2 balls and no strikes. St. X battling back with 4 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. Now they've scored 1 so far in the 8th inning. And the delivery in there for a called strike. And that makes it now to 2-1. So 2-1 the count here to Massengale. Evan Orzek next, then it would be Troy Stukenberg. Here's the set now by Cade Costello, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. That makes it 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Base hit could potentially tie the game. An extra base hit could put St. X into the lead. Here's the 2-2 offering. Breaking ball missed outside. No place to put the hitter here. Count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the set and the pitch. Outside ball 4 that forces in a run to make it a 1-run game. A bases loaded walk. Johnson scores. Everybody else moving up 1. 9-8 ball game. Evan Orzek due up, meeting on the mound for Olivet Nazarene. Wow. Well, as I tell people over the years, numerous times, never leave a ball game early. Olivet was cruising earlier on, 8-0. That lead is now down to a slim 1 run. Meeting over on the mound here for Olivet Nazarene. Evan Orzek due up here for the St. X Cougars. A base hit could deliver the Cougars the lead. Great games during this first round of this tournament. Here's Orzek now. He's lined out, popped out, singled, and flied to right field. He was robbed of an extra base hit there by Rezik and Wright, who made a diving grab near the warning track. Costello now comes set. Here's the first pitch. And that'll be in there. Down low, though. 1 ball, no strikes. I thought that was going to be a strike for sure. But the umpire disagrees, and so it's 1-0 here to Evan Orzek. Left-handed batter awaiting. Here's the pitch. That one over but low. 2 balls and no strikes. And right now, Costello struggling to find the zone here. Two balls, no strikes. Here's the set now. And the pitch. Taken in for a called strike. So Cade Costello trying to get out of the jam and keep his team in the lead. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded, 1 away in a 9-8 ball game. Costello comes set in the pitch. Check swing. It was up in the zone. And they rule no swing on an appeal to one of the infield umpires, so that goes as a ball. So now it's 3-1. Costello in danger of issuing another bases loaded walk that would tie the game. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Swinging and a chopper to the right side. This may get a run in. Fielded at first, they'll have to settle for an out as the tag applied here by Pajoli unassisted for the out. But a run coming in. Runners are going to stay at second and third. And now, after the play there, taking a tumble and hurt on that play is Evan Orzek. He tried to evade the tag there at first base. Now sitting down, and he'll be helped here, so it looks like he was in a little bit of pain. He does have to flex his left leg. Gets a hand from the crowd. He drives in a run on a ground out. We're tied at 9 here in the 8th inning. 3 unassisted on the putout. On the play, Hutchings scoring from third. Troy Stukenberg due up. Runners now at second and third for St. X. Stukenberg is 0 for 4. He flied out to right last time up. Swings at the first one and hits one again in the air. Popped up right side foul territory. And that'll be out of play, and it's 0-1. Stukenberg in every at-bat today has hit a ball into the air. He's popped out twice, lined out to right, and flied to right field. Stukenberg back to the batter's box here. Runners at second and third. 9-9 ball game. A one-time 8-run lead has disappeared for Olivet Nazarene. There's a ball outside. That'll run the count now to 2 balls and a strike. Nick Altabelli would be next if the inning continues. There's a swing and a ball again in the air. Fairly deep left field. Back to the track it goes. Will the park hold it? Barely. Caught at the edge of the warning track in left field by Jimenez, and that will end the inning. Thought that one might go after it came off the bat, but the ballpark held it. But in the inning for St. Xavier, they score 3 times, and they've retied the game. 3 runs in the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's all tied at 9 as you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. So here we go, a brand new ball game. Bottom of 8, tied at 9. Noah Scott remaining on the mound here for St. X in the first pitch at the bottom of the 8th inning. And that will be, it looked like, off the outside edge. 1 ball and no strikes the count. As it is Jack Dupuis starting it off here for Olivet. The next pitch, that'll miss inside. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Top of the order coming up here for Olivet Nazarene. Won a ball game. Had a wild first day, and it continues here into day number 2 of this tournament. There's a strike called. So now 2 balls and a strike here. Bottom of 8 in a 9-9 game. Swinging a ground ball and deep in the hole at short. Backhanded there, but no play available. Good effort there by Hutchings at short. Went into the air. And not able to make a throw after he fielded it. You go hop into the air and you're falling backwards, but really no chance. So an infield single there for Jack Dupuis to start off Olivet here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and now that'll bring to the plate Donovan Yell, the center fielder. So Donovan Yell now stands in. Lefty versus lefty, throw to first base and the runner back in safely. And there's a little roller out halfway to the mound now. And it'll be fielded here by the pitcher. And that'll be a throw to first base for the out. So Yell gets the job done as Dupuis advances to second base. 1 away in the inning, and that'll bring up Kai Hudson. So now the go-ahead run aboard here. In the bottom of the 8th inning for Olivet Nazarene. Kai Hudson grounded to the third baseman last time up. Lefty versus righty now, and the first pitch to Hudson. And that'll be over but low, 1 ball and no strikes. Hudson is grounded out, has a sacrifice, and a pair of doubles in the game. Meeting at the mound down here for St. X. There is action again in the SXU bullpen down the right field side. So a sacrifice there by as it was Rezick leading off the inning with a base hit. And then Dupuis with the sacrifice to the pitcher. There's a meeting at the mound continuing here. We have a lot going on here with our electronics here, so trying to get reset here as we play on in the bottom of the 8th inning. And it is Kai Hudson batting. So a runner at second base. Hudson back into the batter's box, facing a 1 ball and no strikes count. Here's the set on the pitch. And that'll be down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the set now. And the pitch. And that'll miss outside, running it to 3-0. So again, it was Rezick to start off the inning. And now it looks like we'll have an intentional pass here for Kai Hudson. And that'll bring to the plate Taylor Steig. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. As it was Yell batting there just now. Actually, let's see here. Nope, that is Kai Hudson at first base. And Taylor Steig now batting. So I think actually we're on track to start the inning. Here's the set now and the first pitch. Swung on and a looper into right field that'll fall in for a base hit. Runner being waved around third base. Here comes the throw to the plate off to the right side, and the runner will be safe, and Olivet Nazarene right back on top as they get an RBI single from Taylor Steig. And it is now a 10-9 Olivet Nazarene lead. So, in fact, it was, to be clear here, want to reset. as Joseph Jimenez now due up here for Olivet. Previously Steig singling, then Hudson intentionally walked, and then before that, it was Yell and then Dupuis. So here now is Joseph Jimenez meeting at the mound here, and we'll, I believe, a new pitcher coming into the game. We'll take a break. Tell you about it after a break. 10-9, Olivet with a lead and a wild one. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. So it'll be Max Smythe now to pitch here for St. Xavier. He'll be facing Joseph Jimenez to reset again. We actually, I think, we're on track to start the inning, as it was Dupuis singling, and then it was Yell with a sacrifice bunt. Then Hudson got intentionally walked. As Kai Hudson is now at third base, and Taylor Steig had the RBI just now, and now Joseph Jimenez will bat here for Olivet Nazarene. Jimenez has fouled out. He fouled out last time up. He has gone 1 for 4 in this game. So Jimenez standing in. Max Smythe, the latest pitcher in this game, infield again in for St. Xavier, as they came all the way back, but now they surrender a run and they trail in this game again in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch here in there for a called strike, and it is 0-1 to Jimenez. Jordan Roden next, then Evan Pajoli here for Olivet Nazarene. 10-9 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the set now, and the pitch. Lofted into right field. Sinking quickly, coming on, and that ball will land in fair territory. A run will score here for Olivet Nazarene. Runners will wind up at first and third as the Tigers able to pad their lead on a bloop RBI single by Joseph Jimenez. Hudson coming in to score. Steig to third. Jordan Roden to the plate now for Olivet. Roden 0 for 4 in this game. Last 2 times up, he's grounded to third. He's also grounded to short and fouled out down the left field line. So runners at the corners. It's now an 11-9 Olivet Nazarene lead as they play 2 more here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Roden stands in. Infield now back at normal depth at second and short. There's a bunt up the first base side. It'll be fielded here. A little bit of a squeeze, and it'll result in a run. Well executed there by Roden. Just pushed it up the right side. Johnson fielding at first. Looked like kind of a safety squeeze there, and the run coming in to score. And Olivet with their 3rd run across in the inning. That'll be the 2nd out of the frame, and that'll bring to the plate Evan Pajoli. Pajoli is 0 for 2 with a pair of walks here in this game. So 3 across here, and St. Xavier will have to try to come back again. Well, that's got to be deflating. You come back, you erase an 8-run deficit, tie the game at 9. There's a breaking ball in for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Looking ahead to the St. Xavier 9th inning, Altobelli, Dreyer, and Simasek due up here for the Cougars. No balls and 1 strike. 12-9, Olivet the lead here in the bottom of the 8th. And the pitch. Swung on, and that'll be fired off to the right out of play. So quickly now, no balls and 2 strikes with 2 away in the inning. Mason Beatty would be next here if the inning continues for Olivet Nazarene. So the Tigers with 3. Here comes the set now. And the pitch. Jammed him. It came down and into the zone, and a swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. But in the inning, Olivet Nazarene scoring 3 times as they get 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors. And a runner left on base. Last chance here for St. Xavier. We head to the 9th inning with a score. Olivet Nazarene 9. Correction, Olivet Nazarene 12, St. X 9. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Back in now a sunny Joliet, Illinois, as on the pitch now to try to close it out for Olivet Nazarene will be Jeffrey Vest. He's a freshman right-hander from Hebron, Kentucky. Played at Conner High School. And he will come on here to try to close this game out in another wild one. 12-9 is the score here. Game 1 of 4 here today in the CCAC Baseball Championship Tourney. This game right now approaching the 3-hour mark as 21 runs on the board here in this contest. A 12-9 Olivet Nazarene lead. So Vest, the right-hander, completing his warm-ups here. Jeffrey Vest, a 2-4 record with a 5.82 ERA. He has 2 saves to his credit, 34 innings pitched, 30 hits, 26 runs, 22 earned, 18 walks, 24 strikeouts, and opponents hitting .238 against him. So here now is it's Nick Altobelli due to lead it off here for St. X. So we go to the top of the 9th inning. Altobelli is 1 for 4. Has a single and an RBI. Grounded to the pitcher last time up. Jeffrey Vest into the wind in the first pitch. And that'll be a fastball down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Noah Dreyer next. Then it would be John Simasek here for St. Xavier. Here's the 1-0. And that'll be in there. Called strike. Looked like it came in knee high on the inner half to make it a ball and a strike. So Vest in relief of Costello. As the next pitch will come in and miss to make it 2 balls and a strike. Here's the kick and the delivery. Fastball up high. That'll run it now to 3-1. Well, if I look back in my scorebook here, well, the last inning, the uprising started with an error back in the 8th inning, as that next pitch will come in for a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. There's a swing now and a ball hit to the right side and gloved at second base on the edge of the outfield there by Roden. Throw to first base, and that's the first out of the inning. So one away, and Noah Dreyer now due up. Dreyer 2 for 4 with an RBI in this game. Reached on an error last time up to start a 3-run 8th inning for St. X. Olivet Nazarene 2 outs away from grinding out a win here in their first round game. There's a called strike, and it's 0-1 for Dreyer. Probably a little bit of a nervous win for Olivet after they had a comfortable 8-0 lead disappear, swinging a sharp liner, and that'll be into left field for a solid single for Noah Dreyer. He is aboard now for the 4th time today. The latest trip to the bases on a single by Dreyer, and that'll bring up John Simisek. Simisek is 0 for 4. He has 3 strikeouts in this game. Grounded a short back in the 3rd. Since then, he has struck out in his last 3 plate appearances, twice swinging and once looking. And here's the set now, and the first pitch. Swung on. That'll be a looper down the left field line. That'll fall into fair territory for a base hit. This will bring the tying run to the plate at the very least. Tracked down to the bullpen there by Jimenez in left field. Runners at second and third, and here come the St. Xavier Cougars. Dreyer to third. A 2-base hit for Simisek, and now Mason Johnson due up. So the tying run now to the plate. And the way these games have gone this weekend so far, wouldn't be shocked if we have another dramatic development here. Mason Johnson is 2 for 4 with a run scored. Has a pair of singles, also a flyout and a strikeout. Runners at second and third, 1 away. Here's the set coming in now, and the pitch. And it'll be in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Johnson singled last time up back in the 8th inning and scored a run. Here's the set now by Jeffrey Vest, trying to preserve the lead. The pitch. Low and away. That'll even it up now, a ball and a strike. Connor Hutchings next, then back to the top of the St. Xavier order. Top of the 9th inning. It is a 12-9 Olivet Nazarene lead. Here's the set now. And the pitch. Swung on and hit into the air. Medium deep right field. And there is Donovan Yell, makes the catch. Runner from third will tag. And that'll make it a 2-run ball game. But Olivet Nazarene, I'm sure, will gladly trade the run for the out there. Two out. Noah Dreyer tags up and scores from third to make it a 12-10 game, and that'll leave it up now to Connor Hutchings. He is due up. Hutchings is 1 for 3 in the game with a strikeout. So we play here in the top of the 9th inning, and Olivet now 1 out away. Pitcher-catcher meeting now here as Mason Beatty goes out to talk here to Jeffrey Vest. Wild ball game. As right now we are at I think we're right around the 3-hour mark of this game. Hutchings stands in. Righty versus righty. He represents the tying run. Here's the set in the first pitch. Curve in there. Good pitch, called strike. Good pitch there from Jeffrey Vest, and the count 0-1. Game 2 coming up after this ball game ends. It'll be Roosevelt against Trinity Christian. Jeffrey Vest coming set now. And the pitch. Swinging a foul, tip at home plate. And now Olivet 1 out away, 1 strike away from a hard-fought win here in this first-round matchup, our final first-round game of the tournament. Elimination game coming up next. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, great baseball here during this first round. Maybe one of the great first rounds of all time in the history of this tournament. Here comes the 0-2. Up and in, and the ball game will continue as the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Sean Moore awaiting on deck, hoping to bat here for St. X. One ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swinging a foul tip, caught to end the ball game. Beatty holds on, and this game comes to its conclusion in a great comeback effort by St. Xavier, falling short. And Olivet Nazarene advances in the winner's bracket of this tournament. Final totals in this ball game for Olivet Nazarene: 12 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. For St. X, 10 runs, 13 hits, and 6 errors in a game that took 2 hours and 54 minutes. So game number 2 of the day coming up next. It'll feature Roosevelt and Trinity Christian in our first elimination game of the tournament. And with that win now, Olivet Nazarene advances as they win it by a final of 12-10. Olivet Nazarene will play tonight at 7 against St. Ambrose. And meanwhile, in the 4 p.m. game, it'll be St. Xavier facing St. Francis.
The Thursday session of our CCAC tournament.
So the pairings for the rest of the day set. Coming up next, it'll be Trinity Christian against Roosevelt. And then in the 4 o'clock game, St. Francis and St. Xavier. And then in the 7 o'clock game, St. Ambrose against Olivet Nazarene. What a ball game. Olivet Nazarene holding on. They win it by a final of 12-10. We'll be back, I suspect, right around 40 minutes from now or so with game number 2 of the day. First game of the second round of the tournament between Trinity Christian and Roosevelt. Thanks to Dave Laquetta on stats. Thanks to all of you for tuning in. Final score here again in game number 1 of the day. Final first round game of the tournament. Olivet Nazarene 12, St. Xavier 10. Hope to see you throughout the rest of the tournament. Either way, until we speak to you again, this is Tom Westenfeld. Thank you so much for being with us. And for now, from Dooley Health and Care Field in Joliet, we wish you a very pleasant good afternoon.